Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you for your unwavering support to this channel. There is a complete U-turn from this administration. They had talked tough. You remember yesterday the deputy president had said that there will never be demonstrations tomorrow and that they will assert their authority. They had warned both Raila Odinga and all the youths who would attend that meeting. In fact, from that speech yesterday up to the period when the president addressed the nation, there were fears that we were going to witness bloodshed because people thought that there was a possibility of either apprehending Raila Odinga or any attempt of assassination, considering the fact that they had tried this before, because Raila had showed the whole nation, the whole world, his armored vehicle being shot 7 times, and we had also seen how his daughter's car was damaged. The question of the media was also bothering many because we had seen how the media was being persecuted in those demonstrations. Earlier on, there had been attempts by the government from the Office of the Communications Authority. The director, Ezra Chiloba, had written a letter to the media trying to bar them from covering the Azimio demonstrations. So today, the president was addressing the nation, and one brave journalist decided to ask that question because the Media Owners Association and the Kenya Union of Journalists had expressed fears that on Monday, tomorrow, there were plans to shut down the media and to shut down the internet so that no one would air what was going to happen. Coupled with all this, people thought that it was going to be a Black Monday, bloodshed with no one to show the whole world what is happening. But there was a U-turn. William Ruto addressed that concern and he said that no one would interfere with the media. Just take a look.
And finally, we are great believers in free media, and any engagement that puts the media in danger is not acceptable. However, in the context of the violent demonstrations, you agree that there has been a lot of violence against citizens, many citizens, properties, burning or down of buildings, including churches. In that confusion, there could have been incidences where the media was caught in the fray. I do not think there is any deliberate attack on the media. And if there was such deliberate attack on the media, I can tell you we would be opposed to it and we would not support it, and we would actually deal with it, because we believe that the media should be left to carry out its duties, its broadcasts, irrespective of how unfair they may be. It doesn't really matter. But the media should be left alone, irrespective of how biased they may be. Okay, any other maneno? And just for the record, because I have seen some other people say, oh, maybe the media will be, I don't know what will be switched off. Take it from me. Kenya has come a long way. The era of switching off, I don't know, this or that, that's way behind us. I have said we will support the right of the media to carry out its function. You have our absolute support, irrespective of how biased you are against us. We will support you.
So it is the same quotes that had given the media fraternity this role, the green light to air and show the whole world what is happening in the Azimio rallies. So he did not want to be a person who's blowing hot and cold, because then he cannot disrespect the courts, yet is accusing Raila Odinga of disrespecting the court. So that is one reason why he decided to ensure that he appears to be protecting the media. William Ruto also understands that he needs the courts in the near future. There are rulings about the GMO that is still pending. And remember, one of the things that William Ruto signed with the international community was to accept the GMO, and that is why he overturned or he lifted the ban on the GMO. So he knows that if he interferes with the court's ruling today, then they will gang up against him. Remember, in the last regime, the courts ganged up against Uhuru Kenyatta because Uhuru had taken a very strong approach, denying them of funds and all this, and so they decided to even punish Uhuru Kenyatta. And Ruto knows very well that when the court turns against you, then you will lose. William Ruto feared the wrath of Azimio because he is trying to reduce the capacity of the Azimio demonstrations. Giving them any reason to go to the streets will be very injurious to the government. And so if William Ruto was going to shut down the media, this was going to give Kenyans another reason to go to the streets to demonstrate against this kind of tyrannical decisions. So he decided, because he knew very well that Raila will go straight to the streets in solidarity with the media. And so he decided he does not want to give them any opportunity, any reason to go to the streets. It seems he wants to amend the fences with the media. The relationship with William Ruto and the media is worsening by the day. It started during the times of the campaigns when he believes that certain media fraternity was supporting Raila Odinga. And I think at the center is Citizen, because Macharia, who's the director there, is a very good friend of Raila Odinga. And he complained that they were giving him very little airtime. Even today he was telling them that even though you continue to paint us in good faith, I will defend your rights. So he wants to do this to start amending his relationship with the media, because just the same way, if the courts abandon you, you will suffer. The same way, if the media abandons you, you will suffer. So he wants to do this. He also wanted to protect the policemen, the rogue policemen who have been caught acting with full force to interfere with the freedom of the media, to interfere with the freedom of associations, because it was aired in the full view of the media. You remember this rogue officer who broke into the vehicles of the media fraternity, and he fired directly into that vehicle with hot tear gas, and they were choking there. So William Ruto took that opportunity to protect him, because he was saying that maybe this was just an act, they were caught in the ensuing melee, but no one is planning to interfere with the media. Recently, William Samoei Ruto attended a summit for democracy that was organized by the US President Joe Biden. Among other things that they discussed was the freedom of the media, because it was discussed in that summit that certain governments continue to interfere with the freedom of the media. And William Ruto had committed himself to that meeting that he will uphold the rule of law and the freedom of the media. He did not want to negate these promises. Raila Odinga and the Azimio fraternity had accused William Ruto of using excessive force, and at the same time accusing the international community, the foreign diplomats, of keeping quiet when William Ruto is committing atrocities. And I think when they met, remember the US Senator was here, Kuhn, and they held meetings with Rigathi Gachagua. They were also in Germany with William Samoei Ruto, and they also had a meeting with Raila Odinga. And Raila had launched a complaint that this administration continues to use excessive force, but no one is talking. And William Ruto does not want to prove Raila right, because if he continues to ban the media, if he continues to butcher people and beat them around, then Raila would appear to be very right. Remember, William Ruto depends on the international community to try and tame Raila Odinga. So Raila says, we want to do our things within the law. We want to go on with our demonstrations based on what is happening in the law. But William Ruto is interfering. So they do not want to, make Raila appear as if he is right. And this is the reason why he has made this U-turn. And I want to believe that most of the things that he's doing, Rigathi Gachagua is not very happy about. Because Rigathi believes in using force. he still got the mentality of a DC and a DO during the Nyayo era. Yesterday, based on yesterday's speech, where he had warned and he was telling them that they would use force, I think William Ruto is receiving a lot of intelligence and is being told that the repercussion of what they may appear to be planning to do would be worse. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a good move, whether it was informed by being coerced by pressure from the people, but it is a good move because we were fearing that in the wake of a Black Monday, they would kill people and no one would be allowed to air the mainstream media, and even us on this side, we started fearing that we will not be allowed to air some of these things. So I think this is a good move. Give credit where it's due, but I think it is due to the pressure. I have always told you, like Martin Luther King once said, that our lives begin to end the very day we stop talking about things that matter to us. We must continue talking, we must continue fighting for our rights, expansion of the democratic space. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a good move. I don't know what you think. Please share with me.